So, Mock, what's new?
I went to a concert that you went to also. So let's go and talk about the Evanescence, Spirit Box, and Nova Twins concert that took place over the summer. And my what's new is Nova Twins' album, which I picked up for only $35 at the concert itself, which I felt was kind of a steal since I had just imported from Europe the subsequent album to this one called Parasites and Butterflies, and it cost me more than 35 bucks. So I thought this was a steal.
When I was a kid, they always called me a freak. And now the little bitches wanna look like me. They'll be injecting and perfecting till it starts to weak. You can buy your looks, but you can't change your genes. I'm a straight talker, fucking say what you mean. Wanna know where I'm from and where the hell I've been? From Persia to Nigeria, London to Jamaica. Ancestors were sailors crossed over the equator.
Three of the people in this room saw this concert.
Mm-hmm.
You saw
I
it
was
too.
there.
Now, I wanted to get your perspective real quick. What would you say was the concert like?
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, good time. What did you like the best about it? Like there was, remember the fire part? That was pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like the Evanescence part was definitely the best.
Yeah.
Because they went all out.
What'd you think, Drac? You're the biggest Evanescence fan. Were you satisfied at the concert?
Yes. Can I just state for the record right now, Amy Lee is not human. She is a robot. The girl has perfect pitch live.
She does.
It's insane at how good she is live.
I was commenting on that with some people in my car recently, which is that you could tell her microphone, we saw them in Massachusetts, her microphone was very dry, honestly, in the mix, but it didn't matter because her voice was so rich and pitch perfect that you could tell there was no backing track that in operation at that show.
No.
100%. That was just her singing in an incredibly world-class voice. I was blown away by the quality of her singing.
One point where her mic even started messing up and they ran her out another mic, so you could tell there's no backing tracks there. She's doing that live.
Yeah.
So,
I was impressed. It was one of the cooler shows I've been to in a long time, and it was a big arena show, so they had the flames going and all sorts of fancy lights and backgrounds
they did
and video and
saw them too here,
Spirit Box had bubbles.
Yeah. But the bubbles with Spirit Box was unexpected because the last two times I've seen Spirit Box, there was no bubbles. So I was like, oh, okay.
You're also a big Spirit Box fan, and Tsunami Sea was both of our basically album of the year last year, and I still loved it. And Courtney the Plant was also a world-class singer at that show and converted a bunch of people.
She was very, It was, and it was kind of funny because as I was standing there, I was looking around me. As soon as Courtney LaPlante started singing, people didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because she started, like the one song, I can't remember which song it was, she started in with their clean vocals, and then she screamed, and people were like, what is happening on that stage right now? And I'm like, you're here for Evanescence, aren't you?
Can I say that was actually one of the negatives of my experience there is the audience was real mid, if I can cop an earlier.
Oh, no.
They were like kind of mostly just sitting around, and it was like half full when Spirit Box was playing, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? You paid this much for the show? You're not even going to see Spirit Box? What is wrong with you people?
Right. I'll send you a video that I took, and I'm just like, why people come up, like, people are just like standing there, just like staring, and I'm like, this is like Courtney DePlant is doing Courtney things up on the stage. What is wrong with you?
They did
But,
convert
yeah.
the crowd by the end of the show, and it was
Oh,
full
yeah.
by that
Yeah.
point because, of course, Evanescence, which was clearly what I agree, about 60% of the audience was only there for.
You could
Yeah.
tell there was a bunch that were there for.
But it should have been bigger, and I also had some sound issues at my venue for both Nova Twins in particular, where the bass player had Georgia
too.
Smith had an issue where her plug got uncabled because of some technical issue on stage, and theirs clearly had barely been given a sound check because they were dialing it in really over the course of the song, so you could just hear it. So I had a bit of a negative experience there, but that was countered, though, by excellent performances by all three bands, and Nova Twins just rocked the stage even when her bass wasn't going on. She was still playing along and just making it work.
You could really tell, like, Nova Twins, I basically couldn't really hear because the sound was that bad, but they were putting on a really good show. I still enjoyed it, even though their sound was bad. And for Spirit Box, about the first 3 songs, the sound was bad because at first you couldn't really hear Courtney at all. Like, her voice was way down in the mix. But then after about the 4th song, it got much better, and then the rest of Spirit Box was good. And then, of course, Evanescence sound was just
that's the thing. Is at first
pretty,
I was like, well, maybe it's just the venue, maybe it doesn't sound whatever. It's tough to put up a big sound in a big arena. But then as soon as Evanescence played and it sounded absolutely 1,000% better, amazing, I was like, oh, they just didn't care.
That's exactly the. And I wonder if, like, it'll be interesting to see if other people have seen them elsewhere. Comment if you kind of have the same issue too, because it kind of seems like they're kind of doing Nova Twins and Spirit Box a little dirty with the sound, I think.
Yeah.
It could be something like they're each independently contracted with like sound people too, and so it could just be that.
Could be,
I don't know either how all the sound comes together.
Right.
Courtney LaPlante sang incredibly, but was a little deep in the mix throughout the whole performance when I saw in Massachusetts as well. So
that really bums me out. That is one concert that is not coming to Minnesota. We're getting Evanescence on a family reunion show, but none of the other acts or supporting acts are going to be on that one. To touch on Evanescence, I've been a big fan of them ever since their first album, right? I remember it, like, I think it was an old MTV Music Awards or something similar to that, right? Amy Lee came out and with her piano, and she did just a piano rendition of one of her favorite, classic ballad songs. And in the
Probably
middle
My
of the
Immortal,
set,
I'm guessing.
yeah, it was My Immortal, yes.
Yeah.
And as she was playing, she just started crying while playing. And it was just so emotional at the time. It blew me away at just how amazing her voice can just take you and carry you and bring you through these emotions, right?
When that song was played live, it was incredible. It absolutely blew the audience away, and everyone had their cell phone lights out instead of lighters and stuff. It was really neat.
Crawling into your soul was the only way to save me. Close to my
So, Drac, what's new?
Well, one of my favorite newish bands. I mean, they've been around for a little while. Speaking of female lead singers that are amazing, Taylor Momsen and the Pretty Reckless. Their new album is out. It's called Dear God. Show you the inside. They're just like a straight up, like, just rock is the best way. Their earlier albums were a little like bluesy rock. This album touches on that a little bit, but then it's on this. I'm not sure if that's gonna show up or not.
Yes, I've now got your a little better framed as well.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, that's the vinyl. So this is the new Pretty Reckless. Just came out last week, actually. So we just got this. I had a chance to listen to it. Very, very good.
There's something wrong with me. I could put out and bleed. There's something wrong with me. I like autonomy, away from all your freaks. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. I can feel the needles in my hands, feel the needles in my bones, crawling up my spine where God only knows. For I am deaf and I can feel. I got my hands upon the wheel. I am not lost, for I have found the only one who put me down.
And this had like 55,000 variants to it. So it's like whichever place you ordered it from, depending on what variant you got. I just ordered it straight from their web store, but so that one was a web store exclusive. But so yeah, if you're not familiar with them, like I said, they're a just like a hard rock. Taylor Monson is the lead singer. The name might not sound familiar to you, but her big claim to fame is she used to be an actress. She was Cindy Lou Who in the Grinch movie.
Oh.
So if you remember little Cindy Lou Who, that's her.
Okay.
Now she's a screamy singer in a hard rock band.
That's neat.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
They do a lot of Minnesota gigs. I don't know why, but they're around here pretty regularly.
But yeah, like I said, they kind of started out more like blues hard rock, and then they kind of strayed from that. And this is kind of still straddling that little blues rocky, but this is basically just a straight up hard rock album. But
Standpoint, what's new with you?
Oh, I've got an odd one. This is a Minnesota band. You know, I do seem to be running a theme here on that, but it's something that's really, you know, we put out a lot of good music, and this band is going to fall into your radar either now or in your future, and they're going to be huge. Okay. It's this band called the Gully Boys. Now, they're not a brand new band. The Gully Boys came out. Their big claim to fame to start their career was in 2018. They won a Best of Minnesota band festival. Okay. Pandemic hit, lots of things kind of fell by the wayside, but they're starting to get really, really large again. They were able to recently play the halftime show for the Minnesota Lynx basketball team, and it was amazing. I highly recommend you check out the song Mother that they did during that halftime show on YouTube. You can find it, and it is, in the punk theme, it is an absolute genre crash between the Lynx, full stadium, and Gully Boys playing the song at the show. And there were a lot of people that liked it, but check out the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is like kind of like almost like, you know, I don't want to put them up like that, but it's almost like when Fugazi just randomly would play in the street kind of stuff, right? And crazy things would happen. That's kind of had the vibe it has. It's got this old school punk vibe where they're jumping around and dancing and screaming, and it's at a basketball game, right? And it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
So, but this they just came out with their debut album, and this album is one of the few albums that I am, after about 20, 30 listens here, I'm gonna say there isn't a bad song on it. every song on this one can grow on you, and each one there's a lot of really unique styles between the songs, so it's not consistent sound throughout each song, right? They go everywhere from the punk side, the rock side, the alternative side, a little bit of metal edge. They certainly are on the punk side, and they're very they're very gender and like orientation positive, right? So they've got a lot of things going within various smaller communities too to help boost them up and keep them active, and it's just a really great thing, right? They're a great band, great attitude, great look, great sound. They are playing some bigger festivals coming up this summer. I did check. They are playing in Massachusetts and
Oh, really?
Pembroke, I think. Yeah. So they are going to be playing. They are going to be playing at the Somerville, Massachusetts, at Warehouse 11, and that's going to be on October 16th. So here's the neat thing: they are starting off their tour in Eau Claire,
Oh, no way.
Wisconsin. And here's the thing: they've actually somehow managed to get booked into this multi-day country festival. Okay, once you give this a listen, you're going to see why that's very, very out there, right? It's like a light alternative and country, and then the Gully Boys are playing at it. But that's actually happening in like 13 days. This tour is kicking off on October 8th at Leona's Pizzeria in Eau Claire, aka a pizza place. And I got tickets.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I
Oh,
am
that's going to be so
going to
good.
Eau Claire to go see this future monster band play at a pizza place in Eau Claire.
Oh,
and
that's
it is
gonna
going
be
to
the
be
best thing
coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I know, it's going
That's
to be
amazing.
great.
Oh, heck yes.
Yeah, so give this album a listen, because I know you guys haven't heard it yet. But give it a listen.
I've never
Really
even
check
heard of
out the song Mother, and then like the next 3 songs after, if nothing else. But I highly recommend giving the entire album a listen, because it's really good stuff.
You actually have a really killer What's New as well.
Yeah, it's Trenbero Ross
Good to
Sangue
see it on camera there. Make sure it's on
from the
camera.
Ultra Kill soundtrack.
Repeat that again.
Oh,
Tenbero Ross Sangue is one of the songs.
repeat it 10 times
Ultra
fast.
Church.
Now
From-
backwards.
From Keygen Church. Great song.
Yeah, so again, this is a 45 from Europe that we were able to import from Keygen Church. And this was basically part of the Ultra Kill soundtrack, but earlier in the game than the one we talked about already. Is that right?
No. Okay, so you have like the main body of Act 2. You have the Prime Sanctum. This is the first song, actually second song in the Prime Sanctum.
Okay.
So pretty much the big boss fight that people don't know. Whatever.
And it was put out by an independent band, or is it kind of the
Yeah,
same vein
yeah.
as the other album?
Independent. But they did like a collab.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, the record it's a 45 RPM single, and we're gonna end the thing with a clip of one of it. It's gonna blow your mind. It's really good sounding, and it's super metal. It's great stuff. But you have to import it from France because it's pretty limited copies on this sort of thing. But the vinyl itself was only like $15, but to get it from France was like a lot more than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the killer when you have to import stuff. Is the shipping is just like, yeah, how much now?